You have said that anyone who willingly takes the apple juice runs the risk of re-entering another 26,000-year physical third-dimensional cycle. I was under the impression that the third-dimensional physical Earth is ending. No more cycles after everything shifts to the fifth dimension. Souls who choose not to ascend can go to other third-dimensional worlds, and not all other systems or planets have the same cycles. 26,000 years is a local cosmic connection. So how do you reconcile this, as it just does not make any sense to me at all? This is a most high-level question, and the aligned reply would be lengthy and extensive in order to do it justice. We shall attempt to respond to this within the parameters we are afforded. Firstly, the great majority of those who willingly agree to the apple juice, even if coerced, will repeat the ascension cycle. Those who took only placebo juice are not included within this group. So it is not just that they run the risk of re-entering the cycle, it is a high probability that they will. Your next statement opens a window to much discussion, and as we have said, we do not have the window of opportunity at this time to present multiple avenues. So we shall attempt to be concise here. You say, I was under the impression that the third-dimensional physical Earth is ending. This is correct from your perspective, and from the perspective of all ascending souls. For when the Earth moves into the fifth vibrational body, then the third dimension ceases to exist for those souls and for that Earth. You are in transition for this in your now time, and as we have said before, your Earth could now be described as fourth dimensional. However, third dimensional physical Earth does not end. We repeat, third dimensional physical Earth does not end. It only ends for the ascended Earth and ascending souls. Third dimensional Earth continues within her third dimensional sphere. But from your perspective, from the fifth dimension, would exist within another timeline. For those souls who do not choose ascension, they move to another planet. But that planet they move to is third dimensional Earth. That third dimensional Earth exists in multiple forms throughout the quantum field time matrix, so could indeed be expressed as other planets. But essentially, they are all alternate third-dimensional Earths. You say no more cycles after everything shifts to 5D. This again is correct from the perspective of those who have shifted to 5D, for they will be upon Earth in 0 point. From an ascended Earth point of view, that 5D Earth is known by many names, Gaia, Terra, and Eartha being just 3 of them. They are all 5D and 7D upgraded versions of Earth, and the souls that reside upon them are your 5D and 7D soul counterparts. And they are in fact you. Yet the linear time cycles continue within the linear universe for those souls who do not choose ascension. The cycles are infinite. Cycles only come to a standstill and cease, if you will, in 5D 0 point, because you are at that point within the central point singularity. In effect, you are at the very center of all the cycles, the merge point of multiple cycles throughout the quantum field time matrix, which is 0 point, not linear time. This is the point of immortality and infinity, and for you who exist there is no linear time. Linear time is illusion. There are no cycles. The cycles are illusion. You say souls who choose not to ascend go to other 3D worlds. This is correct, and there are an infinite number of these 3D worlds. Some look identical, yet they are all similar but different, each unique. Even the ones that look identical are unique, with their own human DNA template evolution upon that planet. Yet each of these other planets are all 3D Earth in different form and expression with different names. They exist within what you would perceive as different solar systems, yet in effect, each solar system is but a mirror of the other, a reflection, each being the same construct in physical form, yet existing as emanations or shadows of the other. Not all systems and planets have the same cycles, you say. Now this comment is indeed most accurate, and the cycle itself will depend on the evolution of thought process and development of each planetary society. Therefore, one cannot say what the outcome regarding time cycles would be from the perspective of the new planetary birth point. Yet the template that occurs over and over for the 3D Earth cycle is just below or just above 26,000 years. The window is marginal. Yet within that 26,000 year cycle are smaller cycles of evolution and larger cycles of evolution. Even the 5th and 7th dimensional planetary experiences have cycles from the 3rd dimensional perspective, yet not from the 0 point. There are 72,000 year cycles and 144,000 year cycles. This will depend on the expression of the evolutionary template for that planetary body. So what we are saying here is that whilst your solar system looks as though it is made up of 12 planetary bodies, in fact, all 12 bodies make up the one logos in physical form and are each dimensional or harmonic versions of one another. We realize you see only 9 of these bodies, but in a healthy, birthed solar system, there are always 12 planetary bodies, which was the original construct for your solar system. Each planetary body are harmonic versions of one another. They are the same being, expressed in a different body, just as you are the same being as your other selves, expressed in different bodies. This is the same case for solar systems, galaxies, and universes. Hence, many of you refer to the full cosmic body as the multiverse. You say 26,000 years is a local cosmic connection. Indeed, this is correct. Yet that locality plays out again and again and again. It ends only when one moves into 5D 0 point, and from that perspective it ceases to exist. Yet in the infinite wisdom that is the cosmic time clock or time matrix, it is an ever-repeating cycle. Each end of 26,000 year cycle of Earth is a simultaneous point. Let us explain within the context of the apple juice as choice point. You have soul Amadeus, let us say, and soul Granada. These are but two names for the overall soul undergoing or moving into a 26,000-year cycle. So you have here two beings, Amadeus and Granada. For example, let us say Amadeus chooses to ascend at the end of his 26,000-year cycle. But Granada, as an incarnated human, chooses to take the choice point exit point, that is apple juice, and moves back into another 26,000-year cycle and does not ascend. Now, this is a very basic and simplified model of occurrence, as there are other choice points, such as memory harvesting and soul individualization, to take into account. Yet, leaving out these complexities, for ease of explanation, let us say that Amadeus and Granada choose to remain with memory intact, despite Granada not ascending at the end of the 26,000-year cycle. From Granada's perspective, Amadeus ascends and Granada does not ascend. They are therefore separated, if you will, for 26,000 linear years. Yet that is a linear experience only. It is only Granada, from the individualized soul perspective, that will experience this. From Amadeus's perspective, all 26,000 year cycles throughout the quantum field time matrix are ending. There are no more cycles. Therefore, Amadeus and Granada ascend together, regardless of who took the apple juice. Yet this is only the experience of Amadeus, as Amadeus is no longer experiencing linear time and is in 0 point. We intend here, it is our hope and wish, if you will, that you comprehend the differences in perspective and time that alter the experience of the soul self, that impacts the experience of the physical self. If one conduit says that apple juice drinkers will not ascend with the non-juiced, and that they have to repeat the 26,000 year cycle, then that conduit is correct, for they are speaking truth. If another conduit says all souls will ascend together, then that is also truth. The apple juice itself is designed to extend the amnesia you naturally experience at the point of incarnation into 3D that is no longer needed in 5D. Yet that is a whole other subject. Suffice it to say, perspective, time, and memory are your greatest friends here when they are seen with the multidimensional eye. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of Nine.
What is karma? Are there ways we can balance this and become karma-free? Is there a particular nutritional plan we should follow for ascension? Do we increase our karmic balance by eating certain foods? How can we utilize sex magic to work with karma and move through ascension? There are many lessons we can learn from the peoples of ancient Lemuria, a civilization that existed before our known history on planet Earth. As we move through an ascension process collectively, we move back into a new Lemuria, and we take with us all the knowledge we have accumulated since those times. In this transmission from the white-winged collective consciousness of Nine, key codes are presented for cellular memory recall, linking the reader beyond Atlantis and into the harmonious frequencies of the first physical civilization on the Earth, Lemuria. The Nine respond to questions using the Lemurian way as a template. Key-coded responses trigger activations within the reader as they receive the wisdom codes, standing as rainbow warriors of Gaia, moving into abundance, alchemy, and Stargate ascension. This transmission is dear to my heart, and I'm so very pleased to announce my new book, Lessons from a Living Lemuria.